I did have a student that I taught in middle school when I first started teaching to send me an email. He's now currently an accountant, so he's graduated from college. He just wanted to, reached out to me, said he'd been trying to find me, wanted to thank me for inspiring him. We did a financial literacy project in my math class, and he kind of said that inspired him to go on to go to college and just pursue higher education, and now he's an accountant. So I was very grateful to hear that he took the time out to first of all reach out to me, and that I was actually able to make an impact on his life and just inspire him to go to college and become a productive citizen.
Just the other day I had a student who was primarily communicated through screams or cries. Say a sentence the other day. I mean, just out of nowhere, say a sentence, and it was like one of those, you know, do that again, let's replay it. And it was phenomenal. It was just that regeneration that you can get from just something that small, you know. A sentence can cause that. So
I had a student with a stutter, and he had never been required to participate in those types of classroom activities, or they've always been modified for him in some way. But I really wanted to see him rise to the occasion and give it his all. And so on the very first classroom presentation, he got up in front of class and he had his note card, and he was struggling. He was having a really hard time getting the words out. And this, like I said, the cross-categorical class was just such a big range of abilities. The other students started standing up and clapping for him and saying, "You can do it, man, you got this." And he made it through his whole speech, and it was the first time that he had ever done anything like that. And it's just one of those memories that will never leave you as an educator.
As part of the school psychology program and the grant program, we're going into a school with majority English learners. One student in particular who's a recent immigrant he recently immigrated from Mexico. We were evaluating him, and it was just sort of nice to see the impact you can make when a lot of teachers felt like maybe this student needs to be reclassified into like maybe a special education classroom, or you know, he's not really responding. But I think with the strategies we've been taught and all those things, we were able to identify that he's just really struggling in the English language. So we were able to kind of see and maybe give him more, you know, culturally inclusive education and lesson plans and things like that to help him really thrive in the environment.
I have my own kiddo who was born with a congenital muscular dystrophy, and one of the neatest experiences that I've ever had as a classroom teacher, aside from sitting in IEP meetings as a parent, was to bring her to my classroom at the university and have her talk to my students about what it's like to be a student with a disability and how to advocate for yourself and how to ask for resources and supports, and seeing my students make the connection that these are real people, that these are real students, and that they have the impact. You know, so when she said, "This is what I need and this is what it's like for me," the look on my students' faces to say, "Wow, I have this impact." I would say that is probably one of the neatest things I've ever gotten to do.